My 2018 New Year's resolution was to learn how to love myself. I know, that's kind of boring or basic or maybe even unrealistic, but what can I say? Up until that point, I had spent every day of my life wishing I was somebody else. I had no idea who I was or what I planned on doing with my life or what I wanted to be when I grew up. And that drove me insane. So I made a deal with myself. I said I would spend every day making myself a better person than I was the day before. I needed to make a plan and stick to it. Because my issue in life had always been unsureness. I never knew what the next day was going to look like, and most of the time I didn't even want to think about it. But I knew that this had to change, because as unsure as life is, choices are inevitable. Now, my major issue was with my friends. I'm the kind of person who really tries to be friends with everyone. A peacemaker, if you will. But I realized that this was actually hurting me along the way. You see, friendship is a double-edged sword. The people who provide you with the most joy in life also have the capability to hurt you the most. They know your deepest, darkest secrets and how to perfectly carve a lie onto your chest for the world to see. And I had always been so afraid to let people close enough to do this to me. In 2018, I got into one of the biggest, longest, and most hurtful fights of my entire life. And for the entire first month, I didn't even know why I was in it. I had been kept in the dark about so many major things for such a large part of my life that I just accepted it. This bubble of darkness became my new home. Rumors, even based off of a kernel of truth, have the power to destroy someone's mind. In 2018, somebody started a rumor about me. Someone I had considered a friend, someone I had laughed with, danced with, cried with, started a rumor. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you, this rumor wasn't actually that bad in the grand scheme of life, but to me, it was the most hurtful thing anyone could have ever said. It was my own personal Julius Caesar and Brutus betrayal. Because while I was questioning, crying, suffering through why my best friends weren't speaking to me, she was the one comforting me. Trust is something that needs to be earned. It doesn't just come naturally. When someone who has spent a year earning your trust and you theirs throws it away in an instant, it destroys something in you. My 2018 epiphany was that I let people walk all over me. I'm quick to judge, yes, but I am even quicker to forgive, many times to my own fault. Anger is a quick emotion in my body, but sadness, that is so much more longer lasting. And this rumor, it kept sadness in my heart. I didn't know why this rumor had started or what I could do to stop it. So I gave up on trying. I let these people think what they wanted to. Let them have their opinions. Let that sadness wash over me, and I moved on. I realized that these people were too prideful, too self-centered, too damned to even give me a reason. I let myself stay in the dark because I was comfortable there. I didn't need their explanations because I didn't need their friendships. My 2018 realization was that everyone's opinion doesn't actually matter. I know, crazy. But when all of these people think such terrible things, it eats at you. I was hurt. I was angry that this rumor had started, and for a while that anger took over my soul. I needed a reason, but I knew that if I had to go get one, it would make me the weak one. So I looked for new friends. It was the hardest thing I have ever had to do. See, unlike this world, loyalty is black and white. You're either a loyal friend or you aren't. You can't just be loyal for your own benefit. When I was alone, I was filled with anger. Angry that these people had started this rumor, angry that I had let it get this far, angry at myself for being so sad. And that anger took over everything in my life. I stopped showing up to practice. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped doing everything I had once loved. Until I couldn't do it anymore. I exploded. And it was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. Moving on was the best thing I ever did in 2018. Being the bigger person isn't easy, but sometimes it's all you really need to do. When there is so much anger in a person's heart, it leaves no room for anything else. I hated that you turned into everything you had promised you would never be. And I hate that you once made me hate myself. But I am happy now because I have found new friends. I have found love in these friendships. They are the best things that have ever happened to me. They are here to help me grow, not to pull me down. My 2019 New Year's resolution was to keep loving myself. I know, it's kind of lazy, but what can I say? In a year, I learned that the only way I will ever be able to love another is if I love myself first. So, I don't hate you, or myself, or anyone else for that matter. How could I? My heart is filled with love for myself. I spent a year focused on the single fact that it isn't your job or yours or even yours to be the first to love me. It's mine.